everyone, welcome to the fourth episode of my Croup Manor speed build. Today I'm doing the servants' quarters in the farm that they work. So I've said this in previous videos that like Cynthia has like indentured servitude, so I decided to do a building that's sort of kind of out of the way, but not super far away. So you'll immediately notice that I put a wall around it. They're actually the covenant walls, and then behind the house is beach fencing just so you can see over it, and also it's a sheer cliff, so it's not like it would be like too tactically unsound. Originally, I had this as a flat wall, but I needed room for the building, and there was plenty of space between the wall and the end of the build, so I just said, you know what, alright, we'll put it here. I I do some real cool stuff, I think, with it. I like using the covenant walls as sort of a floor, like walling for the bottom floor without having to put actual walls there. And I see Sin as not really caring whether or not her people are like in danger, so she doesn't care that the housing is above the safe spot. But they're supposedly supposed to be able to go underneath and be safe during firefights. That's kind of my logic and her logic. I also had to be careful not to accidentally make it too boxy, because that's like one of the biggest, like, I wouldn't call it faux pas, but like most people who build a lot in like Sims or in Fallout will say, try not to make your builds too square because it's boring, and that is very true. That's why like even like most houses you'll see that you're like, this house is very square, it usually has like like a jut out of a deck or something to make it look a little more interesting. Like Croup Manor itself, it's very square, but it has like that what's it called, like a balcony on the second floor, which kind of makes up the box look a little different, and it has that front wraparound porch area. So it's boxy, but less boxy. That's kind of what I wanted to do here. I put that little jut out just to say in the stairs to be like, this isn't a box. It's a little T. It's a little fat T. Oh. But yeah, so, and then it's supposed to be, above it, it's like, they don't care. I tried to make it look less boxy by putting, one of those sticky outy walls. I think let's call them that from now on, the sticky outy walls. But I then end up deciding against it, because I didn't like having to have the floor be so high up, because not that it causes any problems, but it's a very small building to begin with, so uneven floor takes up places where I could put a bed. Well, I use Bunk Beds from Thematic and Practical. I think it's the first time I actually remembered a mod name for once. That's a great mod. It has a lot of like rusticy looking shit. I'll talk about it later because you'll see examples of it. But I do use these ramshackled walls to sort of like, I like these ones because you can put walls in front of them, so the inside walls are actually flat or nice, and the outside walls can look kind of dingy. But I wanted it just to look like this has been haphazardly put together, and not totally like as nice as any of the other builds, because in Sin's eyes, they don't deserve it. And so I originally was like, this is a really pretty view. Like, I really like the view. I love this place. I don't know where you call this it's the south, it's northeast. It's northeast, the top of the map. And I can't remember the name of the type of thing. It's the thing that's not an island. It's a peninsula. It's a peninsula, which is why I picked this place as like Cynthia's home, away from home, because technically Sanctuary is an island, I guess, because it's surrounded by water. But anyway, this is a peninsula. There's one road between this place and like the mainland, so I like to think later on like she has like turrets and stuff set up so people can't get even into this place where she is, so she's super safe, and is surrounded by ocean, which sure isn't the safest because Marlar Queens exist, but like she believes that's less likely than just dealing with raiders every day. And at some point, I can't remember, at some point I made a different recording and I started ranting about FOV. I hate it. It's very small. It's like 70. It's bullcrap. I like it at nice like 90 to 80. I do not remember what mod gives those the roofs pieces, but I really like them. I use them a lot for smaller builds because roofing is probably the hardest in this game because there's, they're not really, it's meant to mostly make square buildings. You're supposed to make a shack and there you go, there's your shack. But I prefer, not making them look super lazy. I like doing fun stuff. But I decided, so I made the roof like that. It's because it's my favorite roof. It nice and makes it nice and big. The vanilla roofs kind of stink. I don't like them because there's like some of them are very tall, but they feel really cramped because there's so much wood beams in the way. And then I decided so I'm using the top part like windows is what I was looked out of it because that's supposed to be like windows. And I was like quick little look before I started doing the underground part. So this is gonna be the bathroom. Oh, actually, did I? Oh, I decided to do the farm first. I I feel bad because I cannot remember for the life of me what like where it originally started, but like native like growing practices. I don't know what you call it. It's just this post I saw online that was talking about how like native people would put like corn and then like squash around it or something. No, like green beans or something, so it would grow up the corn and yada yada yada. It's really cool. I just don't remember all the words, and I don't want people being like you're an idiot, and I'm like I am an idiot. Thank you. But my point is, it's supposed to be like all the crops are supposed to grow together, but there is technically green beans. Cause they're the silk beans, but I didn't actually have. So I do have a mod that lets me do it, but I don't have any silk beans for some weird reason, which I swore I did. And this is me just like, so I needed a lamp, cause so if you're probably wondering, like, wait a minute, time never passes when you build. It's like, yeah, because I froze the time, which is a great thing. So, but this is dark during the day, and I thought, I needed light so I could see what I was doing. And then this is me also just like, so I don't, I will say this, sometimes I do God mode my build, but like, it's only because I have no incentive. Like, I don't make money off of this. I really don't have the time to like play Fallout 4 so many times that I do to like build stuff. I don't have one save. I have like 20 saves. So, point is, but I sometimes use God mode to build bigger builds, but this one I'm just sort of trying to like not. So, I don't have a lot of vegetables, which is weird because I swear to God I thought I had a lot more than I did. And I'm just trying to figure out where to put everything. I'm like, could I put it in here? No. Could I put it over here? And then I'm like, no. I wanted watermelon. I had 2 watermelons. I want to put some watermelon down. I do end up just I want to put them down there because I have move everything on or whatever it's called. So I could have just done that, but nah. They go there for a minute, but everything gets changed. Well, not everything. The corn and stuff doesn't get changed. I find the master plan. That's the name of the mod that I get those and the Covenant walls are from. It's basically it's some of it's like stuff resources in game, like not resource assets in game that you would be like, hey, wait a minute, why can't I build that? Like Covenant walls, it lets me do that. Has a bunch of stuff, honestly. It's like a really, really good mod. I would highly recommend it if you need new building stuff to work with. I decided so the farm was a huge pain in the butt for me. I had like no idea where I wanted anything to go, and also like because the terrain's really rocky and all that grass is there, it just looked bad. So I decided to put I did planters there to kind of make it look a little better, and I do make it look like it's kind of going around the road, so at least it doesn't look like it's too square. Again, squares are bad, which is funny because everything's in squares, because this is a grid, Sims is on a grid, Minecraft is all squares. I need to do Minecraft videos. I'm a pretty okay Minecraft builder nowadays. I haven't done it in a long time, though, and I used to use a lot of MC Edit, but that's not really that. Oh, so you've probably seen that a couple times, those ghoul ambushes. So I want to say, again, it's like scrap and everything, because there's place anywhere, scrap everything, and for some reason, that's just sometimes those pop up. Those are where the ghouls would pop out of when you originally arrived to the place. And oh, so I was gonna give them power because I thought, okay, there's power here, but then I was like, no, they get no power because that would make no sense. Sin would not give them power. They would have candles, and they would have to they wouldn't get the luxury of electricity and lights like that, which honestly, I like it honestly better. Purely because the lamps in this game they're just better looking than most of the electronic lights in this one, because they're like yellowy, but I prefer the orange glow, which looks so much nicer. So these beds are from Thematic and Practical. That's the mod I was talking about earlier. Basically, it's a bunch of whatchamacallit, furniture, but it looks like it's been like scrapped together, which is so cool. And it also comes with a bunch of like building stuff too, which I do use in plenty of other builds. I don't in this one. I do keep this build relatively simple because I only build two things. This, and then the next episode you'll see, which is the guard post. Because that took forever, because I wasn't really sure what I wanted it to look like. Oh, and then they have these cool shelvings, which it fits the poor aesthetic a lot better, and I really like having to be able to mix items between like items that look like they've been made with garbage and items that look really fancy. So like inside the house is all fancy, and then outside's mostly garbage stuff. And this is called, it's GM2. I don't remember what that's short for right now, but I don't actually remember what it does. I just use it a lot of times for this one function where you can make a hanging lantern with 3 brightnesses. I think I use like brighter. I use the middle one, not the brightest, not the dimmest. To be fair though, that doesn't totally make sense why the light's brighter, but yeah. No, I just use the lighter one because I didn't want to make it too bright in here. One reason why also is because lighting is like the killer of frame rates in this settlement building, so I have started to use light. And now we're finally to my favorite part. So this is the bathroom. So this comes from Woody's Wasteland stuff, which I used in previous videos, but called like Woody's Wood stuff or something in my home plate tour. Check that out. It'll be up in the corner there. But I decided to use the fireplace again, which I used in the original place. It's because like it's not really like a secret, but like it's kind of a secret to Sin. She didn't really give it to them. They made it themselves. But it's supposed to be like it's for cooking and stuff, but it's also cuz heat rises, so it tries to keep above a little warm. And it's also, I put a bucket on there later to kind of say like, they warm up water there too for the bathtub. So they warm up water, and then they can do whatever they want with that. But I really like it, especially because you can have tubes coming out to really make it look. Where's the smoke going? Oh, it's going out of like a hole, like you'd say they drilled in the wall or something. They cut in the wall. It's like ta-da, and the smoke goes right into the house. It's really cool. I really like the Woody Wasteland stuff. I have to start using it more. I tend to forget. I have like 200 and something mods installed, so I do tend to forget what I use. This is just OC Decorator. It's like every little random ass item in the game, you can put down, but you have to have it. I do use this is where I do tend to use God mode the most, because I absolutely cannot stand, like, you need an iron bucket or a bucket, and I'm like, I don't want to go look for a bucket right now. God mode time. And then they do get their own pump, which I thought, it's actually, it's like supposed to be like a kind of like a secret pump, like, Cindy, and no one really cares to stop them, but it's just like, there's your pump for your water, for your bath, and for living, because, that is a perk. You get tons of free water, just living it up. And I love that door. I turn it around though, so it goes inside and not outside, because then it would have just gone into the wall. And now the toilets, nothing special. Just 2 outhouses from the barn section of the structuring. It's not, so I have that toilet mod. It's not that one. I didn't want people actually like coming in here and using it all too often, so I said nah. And these are really cool. This is from Far Harbor. I haven't been there in the save, but like I want to pretend like this is like after she has been there, so she's like, oh, that's a cool idea. I need some of that nuclear piss, because that's what it looks like. It is shiny ass pee. But I just thought that he would have like that. It's like dangerous. It's not like the best for them. And then this is actually getting towards the end. I had found a radio that it's Radio Freedom, so I thought, that's funny. They have to listen to the Minuteman radio station all the time. All hail Cynthia. All hail the Minutemen. But that's the build. I will probably throw in a couple of extra little items and stuff, but as of now, that's all for this build. Bye! Thanks for watching the video. If you like what you saw, feel free to subscribe to the channel. New episodes come out every Wednesday. You can also follow me on Twitter and on Tumblr.